Almost all sales training can be boiled down to just 2 points. All sales training has different ways of getting there, but ultimately, to be an effective salesperson, you have to be an effective leader. And being an effective leader, especially in sales, boils down to nothing more than active listening and empathy. Why? Well, you're probably familiar with the old adage, people buy from the people they like. It's simply not true. People don't buy from the people they like. People buy from the people they trust. They just so happen to like the people they trust. So how do we develop trust? We develop trust through active listening and empathy. And the first 30 seconds to 1 minute of any conversation in sales, I try to focus my mind as much as possible as finding opportunities for active listening and empathy. Active listening is nothing more than hearing what the person is saying and repeating it back to them in your own words. So if a customer comes to me and they say, I'm really thinking about moving to the islands, I would say, what I hear you saying is you want to get out of here. Well, now they've had a chance to hear what they said back to them. It actually causes a lot of people to change their story. They'll say things like, I just maybe need a vacation. When you repeat things back to people, they hear how crazy they sound, and they'll actually begin to tell you the rest of the story. A lot of times, the first thing someone tells you is just an emotional response. It's just something to get your attention. When you repeat it back to them, they tend to refine the story, making it more accurate or changing it altogether. Either way, active listening lets them know you're listening and you're taking them serious, and this is how they sound. It's essential. Don't assume that you're hearing them. They need to hear that you're hearing them. So if someone were to come to me and say, I'm really thinking about buying a new car. As a car salesman, I would say, so if I understand you correctly, you're looking at getting a new vehicle today. Oh, well, not today. I'm just looking around and really I'm looking for my wife. When you repeat things back to people, this is the type of response you get. The second thing is empathy. Empathy is nothing more than recognizing the emotions of others. It's not sympathy, it's not being in their shoes, it's simply recognizing their emotion. So whenever a prospect or customer's emotion becomes present, we call it out. So if a customer comes to you and says, I'm just really frustrated, I've been shopping all day and I can't seem to find something within my budget. We don't say, oh, no problem, let me help you. We say, I can appreciate your frustration. I don't have to agree with their frustration. I don't even have to believe that their frustration is valid. I simply have to recognize that they're frustrated by saying I can appreciate your frustration or I understand what it's like to be frustrated. That's all. When we do that, we let the person know, I emotionally connect with you. I recognize how you feel. So now we've intellectually understood them by active listening. We've emotionally bonded with them through empathy. And now trust begins to naturally form. If I can do that in the first minute or two of any sales interaction, any advice I give at that point is more likely to be accepted. So remember, active listening plus empathy equals trust.